Perfect. Okay, so we're going to get started. And today we are going to talk about time management. And we're going to talk about time management because as part of the questions and entering this group, one thing I always ask is, what are you struggling with? What are you working to get better at, right? So that helps me figure out what resources we need for this group and what resources that either I can help provide you with or what experts I can bring in to provide the support you need to become a better entrepreneur, um, to realize your full potential, or to make your day easier, right? So there's no reason in all of us recreating the same wheel over and over again. We all have different strengths. And there's different resources that we can bring to the table. So time management has come up multiple times. A few of you have reached out to me saying, hey, I'm struggling with time management. How do you manage your day? So I wanted to share that to you all, excuse me. And before I get started, I wanted to remind you that next week is our 5 days of Spotlight Experts. So we're going to have one person a day come in. We will do an interview style to bring, like I mentioned before, right? I have strengths, you have strengths, they have strengths, right? So the goal is to bring in a group of experts every month to help support you in what you're doing as an entrepreneur, what you're doing as a wife, what you're doing as a female out there in the community and in the world. So hopefully these will serve you well. If you would like to be spotlighted as an expert, there is a Google form, super easy. There's a link in a post earlier this week, or just shoot me a DM or comment below and I'll make sure I get that to you. So that being said, let's get started on time management. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Angie. I run this group and I own Living Inspired Within. It is always a pleasure to come in and chat with you all. And what I'm going to be talking about today is our secrets of success when it comes to time management. So think about time management as one of your most valuable resources because you don't get any more time than you already have. So you get one moment in the day, right? So you get not just a moment in the day, sorry, you have 24 hours in the day and that's it. There's no more time. So what you have to do is really leverage your time, really leverage the resources that you have to make more time in essence, because you can't do it, right? But what you can do is you can hire someone to help you and in essence, create more time. So what that looks like, for me recently, I hired a virtual assistant and she helps me actually now in both of my businesses, which I love. So that's really great because it's just one point of contact for me. She's awesome. I love working with her. So what she does is she does tasks that are things that not necessarily that I shouldn't be doing, but my time is better spent doing things that only I can do. So she is providing me, by bringing her on board, she's providing me more time. So she's building more time into my day so that I can be focused on what I should be focused on and not the things that she can do effectively. Another time management tip is do your most important task first. So when you're structuring your day and you're looking at your day, look at the things that you have to do. And we're going to get to-do lists. If you've been around here long enough, you know I hate to-do lists. They're not effective. 41% of the things on your to-do list will never, ever get done. So all that does is it helps create and stoke the fire of overwhelm. And we don't want to do that, right? So we'll get to that. We're going to scrap the to-do lists. To-do lists, no more. So what we are going to do is if you work on your most important item first, your brain is the freshest in the morning. So once you start work, and we will get to this too, it's not first thing in the beginning of the day. So once you start work and once work is scheduled, do your most important task then. Do your most important tasks in the morning. Go ahead and knock them out. Work from a calendar, not your to-do list. So I have some notes here. I realize this is a hot mess. For those of you that know me, this is kind of what my day looks like always. You see, that's my agenda in 30-minute increments. Same thing today. See, we're right here, Facebook Live, time management. This is my agenda with notes. If I'm on the phone and things like that, then I need to jot down. I work from an agenda, not a to-do list. A to-do list really created overwhelm for me. So I run multiple businesses. I had this list and it was, I don't know, a million different things. And I kept thinking, holy crap, I have so much to do. Okay, I have to go pick up my son and then I have to come home and I have to do this and I have to do this. And oh my gosh, and it was like crazy. So I moved to creating an agenda. My day is planned out in 30-minute increments every single day. It sounds really crazy and it may sound really constricting to some of you that are maybe like a little more free thinking or free thinkers than I am. But for me, it provides me freedom and it provides me, gosh, it just provides such a relief. It also helps provide focus. So I know what I'm supposed to be doing every time throughout the day. So in 30-minute increments, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So there's no doubt it helps me really focus. It's a laser focus. If I'm supposed to be doing this Facebook Live, I'm not putting it off from 2:30. I'm not putting it off to 3 because I'm caught up with something. I know that's coming up. I know what I'm doing before and I know what I'm doing after. I allot time for my emails. I write in there emails and I write which company that I'm going through the emails because you have to manage your inbox. Your inbox can't manage you. So many people will get stuck and you're responding, you're being reactive to emails. So something comes up, right? Ding. And you respond to it. You go, you open your email, you're responding, you're doing this. And then you're down this really crazy rabbit hole when you're supposed to be doing this other thing over there. But now you're responding to an email that frankly isn't even really that important. It's ding, 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 constant. So you're responding to it instead of managing your inbox. So I schedule my email time. I schedule if I'm making calls or I'm following up on, I have a real estate investing business too. If I'm following up on closings, whatever I'm doing, if I'm in meetings, it's scheduled out. If it's not important enough to get on the agenda as a scheduled item, it's frankly not important enough. I also schedule my morning routine. It's in there every morning, so I know it's part of my day. I also schedule my end of the day. So if I know my day is over at 5 o'clock and I'm picking up my son or earlier and we're doing soccer or whatever it is, it will then say my son's name and then soccer and family time, and I block it out. It's scheduled time. This also helps me be present in whatever I'm doing, whether that's my morning routine, whether that's focusing on my businesses, or whether that's focusing on my family. It allows me to be present in whatever I'm doing, and it helps my mind to focus. So overcome procrastination, beat your future self, right? So if you know you struggle with checking your inbox all the time, right? And you're using that as a procrastination tool, make it more difficult to get to your inbox. Don't leave it open all the time on your laptop. Close it, have to restart it. It's little things, and it sounds so crazy, little things that you put in your way as an obstacle. And as human beings, we want something easy. So if it's not easy, you're not going to be as tempted to go into that as much. Shut down. I know most of us use social media for business, and that's awesome. Shut it down when you're not using it. One of the things that drives me crazy is if I have the volume up on my laptop and I have Facebook open and the DMs, it's like ding, ding, ding. Clearly, I don't like a lot of dinging, right? It drives me bananas. So I close it out. If I'm actively doing something in Facebook and it is scheduled on my agenda, then it's open. And if it's not open. It's closed down, right? And so, that really helps my productivity. That really helps my time management. It's easy to get sucked into social media. It's so easy. So make it more difficult to get to, or schedule it, and definitely close it out. If it's a problem, if you find that you're on your phone and you're using that as a way to procrastinate, remove it from your phone. Just use it on your laptop or vice versa. So you have to figure out what works for you, right? The goal is to find what serves you and utilize it and throw the rest away. That's okay. I'm not going to be offended. All of these things may not work for you. But if you're like me, if I can find one thing that I can implement from trainings, from videos, from courses, whatever it is, if I can find one thing to implement to make me more efficient, to make me more successful, then I win. Because you compile those little things and they build up to really big things. So hopefully you can find one nugget in here. There's always more to do, right? So when you're done for the day, be done. There's always going to be more to do, especially as an entrepreneur. But when you say you're going to be done for the day. Be present with your family. Always carry a notebook. So I have, depending on where I'm going or what business I'm working on at that moment, if I leave my office, I throw it in my bag. So I have my wallet, my cell phone, my sunglasses, and a notebook, depending on which business it is. And if not, then I'll just throw my spiral notebook, and sometimes I transfer things over. Because you're going to think of things, and you can do it on your phone as well if you're a digital person. I'm a little old school. But write down, you're going to think of ideas in the middle of, traffic. Don't write in the middle of the traffic. But if you're at a stoplight, write it down. If you're at lunch and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. I have a great YouTube idea, or I have a great live idea. Write it down so you don't forget it. It's a really great way to think of things and projects. And even if it is a quote to-do item, write it down to be scheduled tomorrow or at a later date. We talked about controlling your inbox, and I'm going to post a list of these as well. Schedule and attend meetings as a last resort. I love this one. I came from the corporate world. Those of you that don't know that, I came from the corporate world, and we were in meeting hell. It was constant. And I feel like with everything with COVID, I feel like there's a Zoom meeting for this and a Zoom meeting for this, and even lives, right, for this. Attend the things that serve you really well. Schedule and attend meetings as a last resort. Often they're a time suck. If it's something you really want to work on, right? So even for these lives, I posted earlier, hey, I'm going live on time management. If it's not something you need, then don't watch it. It's okay. If it's something that serves you well, watch it and try to get one thing out of it that you can implement. Right? If it's a meeting, there are all of these resources available to you. If it's something you need and something you're going to get something out of, attend it or schedule it. And if it's not, then don't. We really have to be selective as to what we say yes to. So, and this is something I've been working on because I struggled with it. I want to say yes to everyone. I want to say yes to everything. But what happens is it doesn't serve me well. And then I feel like I'm doing a million different things all the time. So be really selective as to what you're saying yes to. Make sure it resonates with your why and your core values. And when you do say yes to it, then you can be 100% committed to that. If you say yes to everything, you can't be 100% committed to everything. So choose what you're saying yes to. And say no to as much as you can. Because you can't really be focused and achieve everything you want to achieve if you're saying yes to everything. So practice saying no more. Now I love saying no. I'm trying to say no more and more. No, no, no. And then 80-20 rule, right? So most of your results are going to come from 20% of your efforts. So what are those 20%? Where can you focus to get the biggest bang for your buck? And focus there. Focus on your unique strength and your unique passion. Don't focus on what you're not good at. Don't focus on your areas of opportunity or your weaknesses. Don't focus there. Focus on what you're good at. Focus on your strengths. Shine those up. Get those really polished. That's what's going to carry you to success. Don't focus on your areas of opportunity. Batch your work into recurring themes. So if you can batch your work and maybe say, okay, Tuesdays is for face-to-face meetings, if you're having face-to-face meetings. Wednesday is for any lives you're doing, or any videos, or if you're recording. Thursdays is for networking. Fridays is for email follow-up, planning for your business or whatever it is. So you know routinely this is what you're doing. So you get in a routine. And this is something I need to do a better job at. I don't do this really well. I don't. I schedule things out, but I'm not consistent. So what would help me out is to be able to say, okay, maybe on Thursdays, I'm doing my recordings. I'm recording for YouTube. I'm recording my lives. I'm recording for my program, my course, my membership. All of those recordings are going to be done on Thursday. That way I know I'm just recording all day Thursday, but I don't. I have a little bit of recording here, and then I have emails here, and then I have meetings here all in one day. So what happens is that distracts you and it makes you less efficient. So this is something I need to be working on. Call me out, check in on me. I love accountability. You can call me out, and it will be, it's an area of opportunity. So if you do this really well and you batch things like that, and you have, certain days you're doing certain things, please reach out to me. I need some support in this area. I would love to connect. And then if you can do a task in 5 minutes, do it immediately or in under 5 minutes. So if you're, a really good example is if you're walking in from the mailbox and you have your mail and half of it's junk mail, sort through it, rip it up, throw it in the recycle bin on your way into your office. And then put your bills in the file. If you pay them on a certain day, the 1st and the 15th or whatever it is, put them away so you're filing it. That can all be done within 5 minutes. So you're not picking up something twice. You're not going back to it 2 times. You're just getting it done. 1, 2, 3, done. It's done under 5 minutes. It's off the agenda, right? Routinely use early mornings. I love this, and this is something I am actually good at instead of batching my days. Use your morning routines, to strengthen your mind, your body, and your spirit. So the first couple hours of your day are the most important. They're the most critical. That does not mean that you should be focusing on your business in the first couple hours of the morning. That's not what that means. That means that you could be pouring into your mind, body, and spirit, and one of many ways to best serve you and your business, your family, your community, whatever it is throughout the day. So this may look like prayer, meditation, visualization, manifestation, exercise, devotion, Bible study, whatever it is, yoga, whatever it is. So find out what serves you really well. Reading, right? I'm a huge reader. And, make sure you're spending the first couple hours in the morning to really pour into yourself, your mind, your body, and your spirit, and do it consistently and see how it affects you. I would love to know that. And then remember, productivity is about energy and focus, not time. So you don't have to spend, it doesn't mean that you're more productive if you spend 5 hours doing something. It means that you're productive if you spend an appropriate amount of energy and focus doing that, and you get something done. You accomplish your goals. That's productivity. It doesn't mean the length of time you're spending on something. So those are some time management tools and tips, some things I wanted to review with you. A couple of them I do really well. A couple of them I have some areas of opportunity, right? But we're going to use our strengths, shine those up. Those will get us to where we're going. But I hope that you find at least one thing that you can implement from this video. So pick your one thing if you would, and please comment below. Let me know what it is, because one of the goals of this group is to provide accountability to each other. We have to be accountable to ourselves and to each other to get the results we want. So commit to the one thing you're going to implement from this training. And if you're watching it as a replay, please make sure to comment #replay. Facebook loves comments. They love the likes, they love the hearts, they love all that stuff. And it helps us with engagement. It helps support our group. So please do so. And I hope to see you on the next one. Cheers to your success and happiness. Take care. See you soon.